When a woman truly loves you, you'll know it not by the grand gestures, but by the small, consistent things that often go unnoticed. Love, when it's real, doesn't always shout. It whispers in tone, in patience, in presence. She may not always say, "I love you" 100 times a day, but she will move through your life like someone who has decided that you are home. When a woman genuinely loves you, she invests in your peace. She becomes attentive to the energy you carry. She listens beyond your words. She notices when you're quiet, not because you're distant, but because you re-overwhelmed. And instead of demanding attention, she gives you space, not the cold kind of space that pushes away, but the tender kind that says, "I'm here when you're ready." She respects your silence because she understands that love is not a cage. It's a safe place where both can breathe. She won't guilt you for needing time to think because she doesn't love you to control you. She loves you to understand you. That is the first sign. Genuine love allows freedom, not fear. When she loves you, she supports your growth, even when that growth means time away from her. She'll encourage you to chase your dreams, to take that risk, to build something that makes you proud. She doesn't compete with your ambitions, she fuels them, because in her heart, your success feels like hers. She celebrates your victories without jealousy, and in your failures, she doesn't shame you. She stands beside you, quietly believing in your comeback, even when you doubt yourself. Love for her isn't about perfection, it's about partnership. She will see the flaws you try to hide, the scars you pretend don't exist, and she won't use them against you. She'll trace them with her fingertips, as if to say, "I know where you've been, but I still choose you." That's the second thing she does. She accepts you, not as a fantasy, but as a human being with history. Her love does not ask you to perform. It asks you to be real. And that kind of love is rare because it takes maturity to love without trying to fix. When a woman truly loves you, her presence will calm your storms. You'll notice that she doesn't bring chaos into your world. She brings balance. Where there is noise, she brings quiet. Where there is confusion, she brings clarity. Her love is not dramatic, but it is deep. She won't always have the perfect words, but her energy will speak for her. When she looks at you, it's as if she's saying, "You are safe with me." And that safety is one of the most powerful forms of affection, because when a man feels safe, he grows, he becomes softer, more open, more himself. And she knows that. She creates space for your soul to unfold. The third thing she does is give without keeping score. She doesn't measure love by what she gets back. When she cooks for you, checks on you, remembers the little things you forgot to mention, she's not performing to earn your approval. She's expressing what her heart naturally feels. Her giving doesn't come from need, but from overflow. And that's how you know it's real. She doesn't give because she's afraid of losing you. She gives because love feels incomplete unless it's shared. The fourth thing she does, she stands by you in your darker seasons. Real love isn't tested when things are easy. It's tested when you're not at your best. When you're distant, insecure, or broken, a woman who truly loves you won't abandon you at your lowest. She may step back to protect her peace, but she'll still wish you healing in her prayers. Her love doesn't vanish when circumstances change. It transforms into faith, patience, and understanding. When she loves you, she learns your emotional language. She studies you not like a project to solve, but like a poem to understand. She knows when to talk, when to listen, when to challenge you, and when to hold you. She remembers how you like your coffee, how you react when you're stressed, the small details that no one else pays attention to. That's how women love. Through details, through care, through remembering. She loves you through the thousand unspoken gestures that build a world of comfort around you. The fifth thing she does, she trusts you, not because she's naive, but because she chooses to. Trust for a woman is not automatic. It's sacred. When she opens up, when she shares her fears, her past, her softness, she's not being weak, she's being brave. Her vulnerability is her way of saying, "I believe you'll protect what I reveal." And when she loves you, she won't need to check your phone or track your steps. Her peace will come from alignment, not control. She'll trust your word because your energy feels true. And even if doubt arises, she'll choose conversation over accusation. That's what mature love looks like. It seeks understanding, not war. The sixth thing she does, she grows with you. A woman in love doesn't stay stagnant. She evolves, and she invites you to evolve with her. She challenges you softly, not to change who you are, but to help you become who you're meant to be. She'll mirror your energy, reflecting your strength back to you when you forget it. When you're lost, she'll remind you of your purpose. When you give up, she'll remind you why you started. Her love is like gravity. It keeps you grounded while letting you reach higher. She wants a partnership, not ownership. She wants to walk beside you, not behind or ahead. Her love is equal, not transactional. And finally, the seventh thing. She chooses you every day, even when it's hard, even when you argue, even when she's tired. She chooses to stay emotionally present. She chooses to forgive, not because she forgets, but because she understands that love is not sustained by perfection, but by persistence. She will show up for the relationship even when it's inconvenient, because genuine love is not a mood. It's a decision renewed daily. You'll feel it in her tone, in her effort, in her patience. Her love doesn't quit when it's uncomfortable. It deepens. But here's something you must understand. A woman who truly loves you will never beg for your attention. She will give, but she will not chase. Her love flows, but it does not crawl. And if she ever starts to withdraw, it's not out of spite. It's because her soul recognizes imbalance. She needs reciprocity. Not perfection, but effort. And when you meet her with that same energy, her love becomes a source of power unlike anything else. Because when a woman is loved correctly, she blooms into her fullest self. And when that happens, her love will heal parts of you you didn't even know were wounded. You'll find that her laughter softens your anger, her touch steadies your doubts, and her faith in you makes you want to become better. That is the beauty of a woman who loves genuinely. She transforms the atmosphere without demanding credit. She becomes your peace, not because she's flawless, but because she loves from a place of wholeness. And if you are wise enough to recognize that, you will treat her not as someone you own, but as someone you are honored to walk beside, because real love is not about possession. It's about presence. When she truly loves you, her presence will teach you that peace is not found in grand declarations, but in the quiet knowing that you are seen, valued, and chosen again and again by someone whose soul feels like home. So many a time you can only second guess your partner. I mean, it's hard to really tell if someone loves you for real. They can say they love you, but is it for real? Like, are they actually telling the truth? I'm going to be giving you 7 things that women do when they genuinely love you, to enable you at least decipher between someone who's just there for ulterior motives as opposed to someone who's really there for the relationship and would like to see it grow. So if you are interested in a video like this, then please by all means keep watching, because I've got 7 tips coming your way right now. Welcome back. My name is Jessica. I'm a broadcaster who lives in Ghana. Thank you so much for joining me on my channel. If this is the first time you're watching my channel, if this is the first time we're meeting, then absolutely welcome. Nice to meet you. On my channel, I cover a lot of stuff, but predominantly talk about relationships. So you're welcome. Don't forget to subscribe if this is your kind of thing. Hit the subscribe button, turn on all notifications so you get a notification every single time I post, and smash the like button for me, as that helps with the YouTube algorithm and helps YouTube recommend this video to more people. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, I'm going to jump right in to tell you the 7 things that women do when they genuinely like you. This is the ultimate litmus test. Number 1, she tries to be seen by your friends and family. Now, there's nothing like dating a person who is always dodgy, will not want to come home to meet your friends, wants to keep the relationship a secret. That should be like the biggest red flag for you. Now, there have been times, there was one occasion where I felt quite disrespected when a man asked me to be his secret friend. I said to him that I'm nobody's secret, and if he couldn't display me in public, then there was nothing I wanted to do with him, and he took offense. I later on found out that he was married, and this was definitely not a guy that I was interested in being with in that kind of way. And so I'm just saying that when someone genuinely loves you, they open up to you, they open up their circles to you, you get to meet their friends, their family, and all the important people that matter in their life. And so if you're with someone who cannot do that, I'm telling you, it's a red flag, and you need to stay away from this person. If a woman genuinely loves you, she lets you into her inner circle. Number 2, she's ready for many sacrifices to ensure your happiness. Now, love is all about compromise, and so when you meet someone who's not willing to, play their part, bend over backwards when it comes to certain things, this person may not be as genuine as they want you to be. Yes, they're going to end up being someone who's really difficult to be with, live with, because things are going to always have to go their way, and in this case, her way, to keep the relationship going. So if you meet someone who's not willing to compromise, someone who's not willing to bend over backwards and accommodate you and do more to make and see you happy, then I'm sorry, but this lady may not be for you. When a woman genuinely loves you, she's ready to make many sacrifices for the relationship to work. I mean, of course, there are deal breakers for everybody. There are things that people would like to compromise on, and yet there are many others that they wouldn't. However, I'm not even talking about that. I mean, of course, if, for instance, you're into some kinky stuff that she does not enjoy, she has every right to tell you that she will not do it, she will never do it, and so you guys will have to come up with some kind of a compromise. However, I mean, apart from those things that are really part of someone's values that you may find a bit difficult to change, most things should be up for debate, up for conversation, and both of you can agree on what you should and should not do where your relationship is concerned. If she genuinely loves you, she will consciously make sacrifices for your happiness. Number 3, she cares about your loved ones, all right? So it's not the kind of person who would hear that, say, your brother, your mother, your father, someone really close to you is ill and may not even be bothered about it at all, like does not care, will never ask you about it, even when you guys have conversations, because she's so disconnected and is in it for herself. Now, when a woman really loves you, she actually puts in a lot of effort to make sure that your family and the things that bother you become things that bother her, right? And so if you have a woman who does not care, who doesn't make your worries hers, who does not care about your loved ones, then you may not want to be settling with a woman like that, because it's always going to be just about her, and her immediate family and everybody else that matters to you will have to take the back burner. I'm not saying that when you come together as a couple you need to mind everybody else's business, but your own. I'm just saying that if a woman loves you, she really cares about the people in your extended family and how they make you feel, or how their actions or inaction affect you and your relationship. 4, she accepts the rhythm of your life. So for example, all I'm trying to say is we all have like a little flow. There's a flow to each of our lives. Maybe you like to wake up at 6 a.m. and go to the gym before you go to work. Maybe she likes to sleep in a little bit. I'm just saying that when you guys are together, when you begin to take this couple thing really seriously, you tend to begin to find a nice rhythm where you both can thrive. So for instance, if he likes to go to the gym before work, you could say, hey babe, I'll meet you up at the gym and then we can do this together before our day starts. Or if you realize that, let's say you live together, right, and he likes to sleep a little later, you like to sleep a little earlier, he can say, okay, I will compromise, and instead of sleeping at 11 p.m., I'll sleep at 9 p.m., just so we can get some together time before the day ends. You know what I mean? So in trying to find each other's rhythm and really working at sort of moving in synchrony, you can tell that this woman will be someone who will really look out for you and try to fit into your life as you try to fit into hers. Number 5, she is proud of your accomplishments. Now, there are lots of people who couldn't care less. Maybe she met you when you were already a self-made man, or maybe she met you when you're on your lowest, and she's been with you as you started to progress through your career ladder. No matter what stage she met you in, all I'm trying to say is, if a woman genuinely loves you, she becomes your biggest fan, she becomes your biggest supporter, and indeed she will fight and argue with anybody else who tries to bring you down. She's proud of your accomplishments. She encourages you to be better. She makes you realize that she will always be there for you. And there's nothing like having a supportive partner who actually cherishes your accomplishment. She makes you feel like, you are the best thing that ever happened to her. And that is the kind of partner you should really be looking out for, because women like those are genuine and they can hold you down as you go through life's challenges. Number 6, if a woman genuinely loves you, she fights for you as a couple, and this shines through everything she does. She tries to find a nice balance where both your needs and hers will be met, and it even goes beyond that to the point where she begins to seek out activities, events, occasions, extracurricular activities that involve couples, as opposed to something that she could do on her own. And as a man, you also begin to do same. In that way, you grow together as couples, and your relationship flourishes a whole lot more. This does not mean that she shirks her needs and desires. It simply means that she tweaks them a little bit so that it's something that can suit both of you as a couple. And finally, she listens to you with attention. She actually really pays attention. Now, a lot of women are guilty of this, where we like to talk a whole lot more than we listen. But if a woman genuinely loves you, she does pay attention to everything you say, either to make a mental note and try to be better, improve on the relationship, or merely just to be able to let you feel and know that she genuinely cares about what keeps you up at night, what you're concerned about, and that kind of thing. So if you find a woman who's attentive to your needs, you just may have found a keeper. Now, if your woman does these 7 things, then she genuinely loves you and she's a keeper. So go ahead and take this relationship to the next level. I think this conversation was really simple today. If you liked the video, don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on all notifications so you get a notification every single time I post. My name is Jessica. Thanks for watching, and adios.